Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Rebo video blog. I'm Klaus Mochalski, founder and CEO of Rebo. As promised in the previous episode, in the next 10 episodes I'm going to present the most common findings from our security assessments called RISA that we made over the past year with our customers. They're coming mostly from critical infrastructure, but they're also industrial customers, so a very diverse field. So let's start with number 10. And as we're talking about security, I dressed in my black hoodie today. So number 10 is an event with an occurrence of about 32%, meaning that in 32 of all of our assessments, we found this specific item. And it's an anomaly describing misconfigurations in the networks that we're observing. They are actually part of a larger group of misconfiguration anomalies, and the top group of this item, all of the misconfigurations, actually has an occurrence of about 41%. But let's focus on the security-related misconfigurations. Typical examples are the use of DHCP, certain DHCP messages and certain ICMP messages. So let's look at ICMP. ICMP is a protocol that is being used for network diagnosis. You may know the ping command, which is being used to check if a certain host in the network is alive or not. But it can also be used for other purposes. A purpose we observe, or a message type we observe quite often, is a so-called ICMP redirect message. With an ICMP redirect message, a host in a network can announce itself as a better gateway than the default gateway, basically telling the recipient of this message that I'm the better path, please send all of your outbound packets to me. And this of course is a perfect way for an intruder to intercept communication that would otherwise go from the target host directly to the end system. So that's something that you should carefully observe, and this is something that is out of the ordinary, and if this happens on a regular basis, it's definitely suspicious. The second group that we see quite often is the misuse, a similar misuse of the DHCP protocol. DHCP is the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, which is being used to distribute dynamically assigned IP addresses. Very widely used typical protocol in IP network environments, but not so in industrial environments. In industrial environments, most operators tend to use fixed IP addresses. So they assign fixed IP addresses to their hosts. Now, if you see any DHCP configuration at all, this already raises suspicion. But there's also a way of assigning default gateway addresses using the DHCP protocol, and this in turn could be used by an attacker to basically establish a rogue DHCP server announcing misconfigured wrong default gateway addresses, again forcing the network traffic via this gateway, which may be controlled by the intruder. So it's a typical bypass attack, which could be used in a so-called man-in-the-middle attack. So it's very important to watch these kind of events, and that's something that our system does on a regular basis, looking for anomalies of these types.